First questions first. Has everyone got their popcorn? Mickey, there's popcorn at the other side of the sign. Dolly, you got it there? So everyone wants popcorn, can have a little cute popcorn. Hands up for popcorn.
Is it salty popcorn?
It's a mix, if you read on the first chapter, there's a lot of confusion about popcorn, and it does happen. But while everyone's getting their popcorn, I would just like to say, like, this is an apologies for absences, because Alice from RIPS, the co-founder of Rebels in Prison, and her friend Felicity, who helps out with Rebels in Prison, was meant to be here today. So it's been over an hour talking about Rebels in Prison and talking about my story, about how I got to prison, the support I got when I was in prison, and what I did when I was in prison, which was write the book Astronaut Alex and the Big Pop. All the profits from the book and the book sales this year is going to Rebels in Prison, so it's really important to support. And there is a website. Is it popped already?
That's a slightly fermented smoothie you've got there.
Yeah.
Mickey, you can't bring your own pops to the party.
New level of heckling right there.
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I need this
Okay,
change.
go to the tent down there. We've got gloves and spray and stuff.
Is there something?
Come on, mate.
So Mickey, while Mickey gets himself sorted out, we'll carry on. So basically, yeah, Alice will hopefully be here with Felicity tomorrow at some point, and they'll talk more in depth about it. I have a website, and I've made my own publishing company, Beware of the Leopard. So if you go on www.bewareoftheleopard.org, that'll take you to my website, which is very silly, but there's also one serious point, because it has a link directly to Rebels in Prison, and you can go on that and you can see all the people that are currently be in prison and being supported by Rebels in Prison. And Rebels in Prison, when it was founded, was like for social and environmental activists, but if you look at it now, most of the activists are humanitarian activists.
So it's bewareoftheleopard.org.
But I've got QR codes and stuff, so yeah, but that's the website, and I write them inside the book. Because we've only got a short amount of time, I'm just going to start reading from the book. I'm going to read it from chapter 3, because I finished chapter 2 yesterday. If you haven't, or you're unaware of the first start. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I was in prison because I was digging tunnels for Just Stop Oil, blockading oil terminals. So,
Nice.
yes,
That man.
thank you. So that's why I was in prison. The truth is, I was in prison for my nephew, because after the COP embarrassment in Glasgow and the UK government saying all these things, making all these promises, owning up, having culpability for the climate disaster and everything it was causing, and then afterwards they just turned away and just like issued 40 new oil licenses. So that was like, they're saying we're doing this, we're causing this, and afterwards they'd say we don't care. Yeah, we don't care about your future, we don't care about your children's future, your nephews or nieces, anyone's future. For me, that was just a line, and I was like, well, no, like fuck you. Basically, I'm just going to dig holes and do whatever I can to stop you, and not about holding posters and saying I disagree. It's about, at the time for me, it was like direct action. It's like we stop the oil flowing. We go there and we stop it. We stop it by digging tunnels. We stop it by doing road closures, by handcuffing ourselves to pipes and anything like that. And if anyone has ever been in that, obviously some people have here, it is the funnest and most wonderful, most beautiful thing you can do. It's scary, but it's just brilliant. So a quick recap on the first 2 chapters. Do you want to recap, Dee? You've just read it. I threw that one open. so in there, they are some reviews. They're on the front page and the back. Just check them out. Most of them are made up because I was in prison at the time. In the first chapter, Alex goes to the cinema with his granddad to watch a new Star Wars movie called Revenge of the Fruit Salad. They have an issue with the popcorn. It's a bit silly and funny, but you have to read that. And then Alex meets a popcorn lady, and then he ends up finding a big glowing floating pineapple spaceship, and then the dodecahedrons are in there, and then they say come back and we'll take you to our popcorn universe, I think. Or no, that's in the next chapter. I went ahead of myself there. So but it's not too far ahead. So the dodecahedrons are Daffy, Dizzy and Dobby. They're on that little bag at the front. They're little cute space aliens. So basically we left it with them, Alex flying the spaceship, and they're heading to Planet Savvy. And that's it. So I'm gonna carry on now. They are books there, so you can pick up a book and you can look at the illustrations if you want. So yeah, they're in the spaceship, and this is chapter 3. Hey Alex, you sure you've never flown a spaceship before? Asked Dappy. Nah, I think this is the first one. How am I doing? You're flying it pretty damn well. Certainly better than Dizzy can fly it. Hey Dabs, what are you saying about my flying? Jumped in Dizzy. Nothing, Diz. I was just complimenting Astronaut Alex on his flying. He hasn't even crashed into any moons yet. Hey, that moon just came out of nowhere, said Dizzy. Yeah, just like the rest of the universe then. That also came out of nowhere. Hey, Astronaut Alex, did they teach you about the Big Pop in Earth School? If they did, I must have popped out and missed it, laughed Alex, who was quite liking his new name. You guys love your pops, don't you? What is it? The Big Pop. The Big Pop was when our universe was born. It was when everything came into existence over 14 billion years ago. Before the Big Pop, there was nothing. No time, no space, no energy, no planets, no leopards, no galaxies, no popcorn, nothing. Then all of a sudden, something happened. The first thing of any sum to have ever happened just happened. The universe that wasn't there suddenly was. It started off small, and then it got big, very big. And it did this fast, very fast. In just under 38 to the minus 10 seconds, which all you need to know is faster than the blinking eye, the whole universe came to life, starting off the size of a plum, then growing so fast that it was a watermelon before it even had the chance to enjoy being a grapefruit. And then it was bigger than any fruit it could even think of, even bigger than the gigantic elephant space lemon, a fruit so large it has its own gravitational pull and can feed a million min-mins during the biennial spiritual feast of Deneb. Dappy drew breath, then continued. Anyway, before the universe knew it, it was massive, super massive. But the important thing to remember is that the size wasn't the important thing. The important thing was when the universe came to life, so did everything. Everything that has ever lived, burped, farted and fell over came from the Big Pop. Grandad definitely came from the Big Pop, thought Alex. So everything came from the Big Pop? Asked Alex. Yeah, everything. Planet Earth, Planet Savvy, the moons of Jupiter, all the dodecahedrons and humans ever to have danced on a Friday night, all the ring-tailed lemurs that bounce around the jungles of Madagascar, all the cheesecake ever eaten, and all the smiles to have ever landed, and all the trophies that Tottenham Hotspur have ever won. That's a lot, added Dizzy. Well, apart from the Tottenham trophies, smiled Alex. Well, anyway, if everything did come from the Big Pop, and the Big Pop happened 14 billion years ago, what does that have to do with us? Me, you, Dappy and Doppy, this spaceship? And what do you guys want the 2 unpoppable pops for? Alex, we're going to use the 2 unpoppable pops to create a brand new universe. A popcorn universe! Proudly, way! Popcorn universe! Proudly exclaims Dizzy. A popcorn universe? Exciting, isn't it? Imagine a whole universe made completely out of popcorn, asked Dappy. Alex did. Can I ask you guys a question? You just did, states Dizzy. Well, can I ask you another question? You just have, declares Dappy. Can I ask you guys 2 questions? Asked Alex, as he's starting to get to know the dodecahedrons. Sure can. What's your next question? Says Dobby. You want to create a universe that's made entirely out of popcorn, and well, my question is, why? 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 Why is now, as it's always been and forever will be, the best question in this universe, or any other universe for that matter. Great question, Astronaut Alex, said Dobby. Thanks. A short pause floats in the air. Well, what's the answer? Asked Alex. Sorry, I looked up and I lost my bit on the page there. Great, a short post. I'll say, coincidentally, the answer is also the best answer in the universe. A slight delay again, this time definitely for dramatic effect for Alex. Then, cause it's fun, breaks Dobby. Cause it's fun, repeats Alex. Cause it's fun, concretes Dizzy and Daffy. Yeah, dodecahedrons don't choose to do things because they have to be done. We don't choose to create a popcorn universe because it has some kind of logic. We don't choose to do it because it's easy, and we don't choose to do it because it's hard. We choose to create a popcorn universe because it's fun, exhales Dobby. Oh yeah, and also because we love popcorn, adds Dizzy. That much I do know, laughed Alex. You guys travelled over a light year from Planet Savvy all the way to the Grand Ole Cinema in Lowestoft to get some. Isn't any popcorn closer to home? There are only a handful of planets, moons and dwarf planets in the Milky Way galaxy that have invented popcorn. And yes, there are a few a bit closer to home. But this is the important bit. The popcorn at the Grand Ole Cinema in Lowestoft is arguably the best in the universe. As in, it is definitely the best in the universe, and we will argue with anyone that says differently. Anyway, we didn't just come for the popcorn. What we really came for was the 2 unpoppable pops. That's a picture of the 2 unpoppable pops. So you know when you have popcorn, the bottom of the container, there's always the unpoppable pops, aka the unpops. You got an unpop there. You can create a whole popcorn universe with that. We need 2. You need 2. Find the second one. We'll do that later, maybe tomorrow.
Hang on to them.
They're special. They are. The unpoppable pops are really special. What? You need the unpoppable pops to create a popcorn universe? Hell yeah. You can't create a popcorn universe without the unpoppable pops, added Dobby. So what's so special about the unpoppable pops then? Asked Alex. Well, you know when you eat a box of popcorn, they are always the unpops at the bottom of the empty box. The kernels? Asked Alex. Yes. Have you ever wondered why they haven't popped? Inquired Dobby. What? The unpops? You're one line ahead of me. I love it.
It's a universal experience.
Yeah, the unpops, they haven't popped because they're unpoppable. Well, unpoppable in any ordinary sense of the meaning. The energy needed to pop one would be great. So great. Massive. Greater even than all the energy your son will create in its entire lifetime, which is a lot. So the 2 unpops are two little tough pops to pop. You've got to be careful with that line there. But if we manage to pop them, they will create infinite energy in an instant, states Dobby. This is the only part of the book where I've got a maths equation, and normally that puts off like half the readers, but so I've got there, infinite energy equals a new universe. That's the maths equation. Infinite energy equals a new universe. So that's the proof.
I wouldn't even see that as maths. I'll just
If it has an equal sign in the middle, it's maths.
okay.
That's kind of how it works.
There was no numbers.
Triangles are maths. They're not numbers, but yeah, equal. I think if it equals in its maths, I think that's how it works. But check the notes at the end. So
Is it P equals MC squared?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, popcorn equals MC squared. A popcorn universe, they say in unison. But how are you guys going to create enough energy to pop the unpoppable pops then? Asked Alex. We will do this in the popcorn collider, boasts Dizzy. What's a popcorn collider? It is the name of our popcorn accelerator, clarifies Dizzy. What's one of them? Continues Alex. Whilst Dizzy and Alex carry on their discussion, it would be good to take the opportunity to talk about particle accelerators before we move on to the popcorn equivalent. A particle accelerator in the 2024 edition of the Colin Dent English Dictionary states, not many, mainly large rings that are used to make particles, mainly protons, go really, really fast, usually against their will, and with the primary function of then colliding them into other unsuspecting particles.
And collapsing time?
Well, yeah, that as well. That can happen using the most basic logic that if you accelerate things really, really fast, it seems a little silly not to then collide them into each other. Particle accelerators tend to be buried underground to stop people tripping over them. The biggest and therefore best one is in Switzerland, and scientists love going there to spend out their lifetimes. A popcorn accelerator is the same, just replace the word particle with popcorn. And that's a picture of a popcorn accelerator. This one's not to scale there. That's not to scale, obviously. No, if it was, I'd be, no, if that's going to be crazy. It'd be that big. Yeah, they tend to be quite big.
Is that a portal?
That is a portal. Of course, that is a portal to a brand new universe.
Very good. What about quantum popcorn?
What popcorn? Quantum.
Popcorn.
Well, all popcorn's quantum.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's both existing and
Of course.
Like Schrodinger's popcorn.
Schrodinger's popcorn. It stays in. Yeah, it's always in that state. Yeah.
Depends if you look at it.
Yeah, it's in the superposition wherever it is. So anyway. Oh yeah, popcorn. Oh yeah, this is important. But I almost missed this one. Popcorn, for good measure, in the Colin Dent Dictionary states, always stays in the quantum state. So that's handy to know. And it puffs up. This is an important bit. This is the magical bit about popcorn. Is that it puffs up when roasted. It's magical. We just made some, and we had a glass lid, and we just watched it go from the popcorn going like that, and it just yeah, it's a universe in this beautiful state happening. Yeah, we have questions at the back.
Is the unpoppable also in a quantum state?
Everything's in the quantum state, but the unpoppable pops tend to be in a superposition.